Hi, I'm Wayne. Thanks for dropping in and welcome. Today I'm going to talk to you a bit about health. Up here is what I call the wheel of life. The word health actually denotes from an old English word. It means healing, power, deliverance, and salvation. Up here I'm going to give you a sort of a confidential interview. This is what I do with clients. And I'm going to use a fictitious name. I'll just call her Sandy. Now up here you'll see 8 categories in this wheel, and I'm going to go through them very briefly with you. And up here is the numbers between 1 and 10. 1 is the highest and 10 is the lowest. So bear that in mind. Okay, we're going to go around here very quickly. Exercise. How much exercise are we doing per day? Per week? Per month? Never. Do you know how many people buy home gym equipment and then don't use it? Do you know how many people join health clubs and fitness clubs and then they fizz out? Do you know how many people make New Year's resolutions? You know there's up to 95% of those people that buy home gym equipment and go to these clubs and fitness clubs and health clubs and then they fizz. You know, why is it? You know, they invest all this money and then they fizz. Well, one of the reasons is that a lot of them just not strong enough to do it themselves. They want a coach, they want an instructor, they want someone to wave the big stick, to crack the whip and whatnot. They want someone to inspire them, to motivate them, to uplift them and say, come on, let's go. All right, up here, we get Sandy. She gave herself a 7. All right, diet. What sort of a diet are we on? Yes, I hear people say, I'm going to go on a diet, I'm going to starve myself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And when I hear that, first thing I tell them is, wake up. People like that, statistics tell us in 2 years' time, they've actually gained more weight. Why? Because they don't have a plan. You know, they got a pie in the sky. You know, it's like Confucius says. You know, a person has no target, hits nothing. So, what sort of a diet are we on? What are we on? A Watkins diet, fruit diet, veggie diet? Just give yourself a number. All right. Over here, Sandy gave herself an 8. Not that good. Water. How much water are we drinking per day? Well, doctors tell us we should be drinking 7 glasses of water per day. So, but let's just reverse the scenario. I want to turn around opposite. In other words, all those sodas, all those spirits, all that beer and all those liquids and juices that you drink and coffee, just imagine we change that into water. Would that help? Of course it will. All right, down here, Sandy gave herself, a 6. Not bad. Okay, unhealthy habits. All right, I'm not here to pick on anybody, people. No, smoking. You know, there's 1,200 people die in this country every day, on average, from the effects of tobacco. 1,200. So if you times that by 365 days of the year, you know, that's well over 430,000 people are dying in this country every year from tobacco. The second one is excess alcohol. Oh, not good. I remember a doctor telling me once is that, you know, excess alcohol actually depletes the calcium in our bones. Never forgotten that. And finally, narcotics, drugs, not good. You know, did you know that the US consumes over 50% of the world's cocaine? Well, yeah, Tony Robbins speaks about that. So down here, she gave herself a 5. Oh, not bad. Nutrition. How much nutrition are we taking per day? Are we taking all our A's, B's, C's, D's and E's, all those antioxidants, those nutrients, those vitamins and minerals? How much of those are we taking per day? All right. And down here, Sandy gave herself a 6. Not bad. The next one, recreation. Yeah, we've got to have some recreation and fun. So what do we do for recreation? What? Hiking, fishing, boating, swimming, movies, music, barbecue, eating, sleeping and whatnot. You know, we've got to do something. Don't just sit there and watch TV all the time. You know the average person spends over 5 hours per day on watching TV. 5 hours per day. So come on, guys, get out there and do something. Go put your mind. Come on, get it going. Don't just sit there like a couch potato and eat and drink. No, come on, that's not getting the mind going. Hey, at the same time, there are some good programs, I give you that, but hey, don't sit there, 5 hours on average watching TV? Come on, get out and do something. Get that mind going. Okay, and she gave herself a 7. All right, weight management. Oh, this is a big one. Weight management. Okay, am I underweight? Am I overweight? Or ladies, do I look just right like Miss America? Do I have that figure? You know that 1 in 3 in this country, in the US, are obesity. But the real problem is with the children, and they believe in the next 10 years, it's going to get out of hand. I remember watching this program on TV, Brian Gumbel Sports. There was this high school up in South Dakota somewhere, and here was these young boys, 15 to 18-year-old boys, utterly beefing themselves out. These guys were huge, they were hoping that they'll get a football scholarship somewhere. And of course the doctors were very concerned, the coaches were very concerned, and they were having their health issues. Oh, I wonder why. These guys were huge. They're bigger than some of these NFL players. I'm not kidding. I was watching this. Man, so big. So, do you know where America ranks in this world today as the healthiest country? Where it ranks? I'll tell you, when I last checked it was 33. Here we are, the richest country is in the world, and yet we're one of the most sickest countries in the world. Why is that? Why is it? I'll tell you in a minute. Do you know who ranks number 1 in the world as the healthiest country? Who ranks? Well, I'll tell you. The Asians, the Chinese, Japanese. So tell me, how many overweight Chinese or Japanese do you see besides the sumo wrestlers? Think about that. Okay, now we're coming back here to our weight management. So what is the problem? Why is America so sick? It's this. We are what we eat. I'll say it again. We are what we eat. In other words, we're going to eat all those candy, those ice creams, those sodas and those chocolates. What are we going to be? Going to be a diabetic. If we drink a lot of alcohol, what are we going to be? An alcoholic. If a person eats a lot of veggies and fruit and whatnot, what are they going to be? A vegetarian. So, up here people, look what we eat. Now I'm going to give you some statistics that will probably blow your socks off. They blew mine off. Up here, weight management, she scored a 9, Sandy. Alright, I'll tell you why she scored a 9 in a minute. Okay, statistics. The state of Mississippi leads this nation in obesity, up to 30% of them. 30% in the state of Mississippi. And they believe in the year 2015, they believe it could be up to 50% of them will be obesity, 50% of them will have heart disease, and 50% of them will be diabetic. Why? Because they love their deep fried chicken, their deep fried foods and all that grease stuff. Oh, gee, man. So, it comes down to people, we are what we eat. Now this one here, people, stress. Oh, that's a big one. That's something else. That's something else I want to get into. Alright, she's got a 9 on that. That's because our day and age, that's something I'll talk about later. I don't have time today. But now I want you to ask, I'm going to ask you 2 questions. You see why up here weight management, Sandy scored a 9? Well, Sandy is 5'2" and she weighs 200 pounds. So that's why it's so low. Now I want you to look at this wheel here within a wheel. I want you to look at your wheel. 2 questions I'm going to ask you. 2 questions. Alright? If that were a wheel on your car, what sort of a ride do you think you'll be having? Is it fair assumption to me to say it'll be rather a bumpy ride? I haven't seen a perfect one yet. I see these top athletes, they got problems too. They're on steroids, drugs, and they got a lot of pressure and stress on them too. There's no one perfect. I haven't seen a perfect one yet. If there is, that person's not from this planet. Alright? This last question I want you to think about for yourself. Alright? I want you to pick out your lowest one up here. Your lowest one. In other words, here's the question. What sort of a ride do you, what do you think's going to happen if you kept going down that same road, your lowest one, and you did nothing about it? What do you think's going to happen? Alright? I'll leave that up to you. Hey, guys, thanks for dropping in. Good to hear from you. Listen, I've got some more stuff coming your way. Hey, if you want to drop me a line, send me an email or give me a call. I'm here to help you. Thanks, guys. You have a great day. Bye.